driver's worst nightmare is traffic, when it's either they are late for work or in a hurry to go somewhere. But for some, it's actually a walk in the park, and this is why. Lane splitting is like playing Russian roulette for bikers, especially because you're putting yourself in harm's way. There are too many variables that can go wrong, so you need to have a 360 awareness all the time. Ideally, I wouldn't recommend this for fresh riders, but if you must, this is what you need to consider. First is to navigate the space. A good rule of thumb is that your bike will fit in any spaces so long as the bar ends of the bike can actually move about freely. Now, depending on the bike, of course, you should try and move in spaces where you have enough space between the car side mirrors and not the car body, or else you'll end up doing this. The second is to remember your training. Remember your clutch and throttle control is crucial, where in this case less is more. Depending on the traffic jam that you find yourself in, more often than not, this will help you stay moving and staying upright. On climbs where most riders, even the most experienced ones, do stall, and because of this it's perfectly normal, just follow these 4 steps to keep you moving. Number 1 is to relax. Put your left foot down and your right foot should hold the rear brake. Clutch in and raise the RPMs in a little bit. Now gradually release the clutch and let the bike roll, and as you start to move, waddle your feet to keep you stable and raise them up once you get going. Now, one thing I always do is that I always have my hazard lights and my lights on full beam, and it makes me stand out on the road more and make sure that I'm seen all the time. Now, always ride on the driver's side of your lane. That way you're always seen and visible at all times. And speaking of drivers, never rely on them using indicators, a basic function that most often is not used. To keep yourself safe, always be aware of the direction the tires are turning. This will give you 100% of an idea of where they're going. It's going to keep you safe and avoid such instances that can be fatal. Now, speaking of awareness, be even more aware of boda riders who are also lane splitting. Now, if you see them coming and you aren't quite sure whether both of you will fit, just let them pass. They're also quite notorious for riding fast and dangerous. You see, the Kenyan Constitution allows for lane filtering or lane splitting on traffic that is moving in less than 10 kilometers per hour, but we are in a country that compensates rules for abuse. And while doing so, speed is everything, and limiting it might actually save your life. Ideally, Mika recommends not riding above 5 kilometers per hour more than the moving traffic, as this will give you enough time to make adjustments if things do go sideways. So there you have it, folks. Tips on how to lane split. Just a recap of what we've talked about is be mindful of the space that you're riding on. Remember the training, slow riding, and clutch and throttle control. When stalled on a hill, relax, left foot down, right foot on the rear brake, a bit of throttle, and gradually release the clutch as you will be on your merry way. Thirdly, always ride on the driver's side where you can always be seen, and always ride with your hazards and lights on for additional visibility. Do not rely on the driver's indicators. Instead, look at the direction that the tires are turning, and always be aware of other boda riders as well, and don't ride fast in between cars. Thanks for watching.